All right, so the time is 6 o'clock and I call our Board of Selectmen's meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Want to add to the agenda, LOIP, request from, public works.
I make a motion to add LOIP request to the agenda under new business.
Second.
Any discussion?
None.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so it'll be added to new discussion. I forgot my pen. Thank you. So remind me when we get there.
It's a highlighter.
I forgot to grab that one.
Let's see, so next we have citizen comments. We
We
have
have no citizens here.
a
Okay.
couple of minutes, so we have 6:24. Meeting and special meeting, 6:26 and 7.
The only comment I'd make about the minutes as I looked them over was on the June 24th, meeting minutes, the comment regarding David Neiman's, address to Skip, it wasn't pleasant, reminding the board that they are public officials and must listen to public comments, even if they dislike what is being said. Mr. Neiman noted that Skip's actions at the town meeting didn't look good for the town based on Facebook comments. I would respond to that, I'm not on Facebook, I really couldn't get what people say on Facebook, but I was at the meeting. And it had been voted at that town meeting that the amount of time for public comment was limited to 3 minutes. And Art Neiman went not only well above and beyond 3 minutes, but was quite contesting, even saying to the point when it pointed out that it was well over his allotted time, go ahead and call the police and have me arrested. So when it's a matter of respect, respect is a two-way street, and Art Neiman sorely disappointed me by speaking as not only as rancorously as he did, but in violating the agreed upon rules of the meeting, and the meeting was on the verge of running out of control. Skip asked me if we should call the police, and I concurred with that, and I told him to do so. And I want that to be a matter of record.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Anything else?
No. I make a motion that we approve the meeting of the minutes for the June 24th, June 26th, and July 15th.
Second.
Any more discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
In addition to the agenda, we did the, correspondence and announcement. Had some old, I have the, Apex from May. And I want to review it, the report. You don't have to like that. We probably even did that already, I don't have to.
Yeah. Speaking of Apex, over the next 2 months, or potentially sooner,
Yes, where we started.
I need to, yeah, but I need to sit down with you and go over everything for Apex and any other technology stuff that we've got. So,
We've got a few projects I'll talk to you about.
okay.
Oh, I had not much going on around here.
You good?
Public Works report, yeah, they're working on, upcoming road projects. We have the list of requests, so that's part of it. I was on vacation last week and I'm on vacation this week too, so I haven't really had a touch base with them yet. Just worked, since 3 o'clock today for the meeting tonight. So, but that's where they are, and then look at traffic authority. Yeah, I got a request. And I told her to send me an email to, there was a verbal request when I wasn't here, was somewhere else. And I said to send everything in an email and we would talk about it at a meeting. It had to do with, changing, a, passing zone on, Beach Pond Road, because there's houses, they're building a house and was wondering if we could put a request in for the state to change passing zone, who's parked out of their house and people are passing and they can't see where cars are coming from. So I asked her to send me an email with more detail on the location and we would talk about it and bring it up to them at a meeting. So I'll check my email and see if it's there. If not, I'll reach back out to her to back and order it.
Is there, do you know, is there a, already an existing process with the DOT
Yeah.
for this?
It goes to us first, because it's a state road.
Yeah.
So it goes to us first as a traffic authority. We can review the request, and if we agree, we can move it forward to the state, and it depends on, what, it's a passing zone, so I have to check on the chart they gave me and figure out who's responsible for the passing zone, if it's the traffic authority or the, DOT engineering, or like where it falls into, and then we just write a letter and send it to them and they review it.
And they just then connect the dotted lines.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not that they agree on it or not, but I will, it's probably, if she finds it already, it's probably in my email
Mhm.
behind on it.
So,
Yeah,
TikTok.
the
so there you go.
finance report. You have,
Yep, okay, so I've been working on the OPM reporting, did a webinar for the LOIP reports. There's a new software, new, portal they have, so we have to submit all our, expenses on LOIP and then county roads and municipal grants and aid. So I'm working on it, the OPM reports, it's been in the budget finally, because we passed the budget, so that's one of the requirements. The audit's gonna be September 22nd to the 24th. I'm pretty much done with fiscal year 24-25. Finished most of the reconciliations for all the different accounts. 24-25, so we had exceeded, taxes, what we brought in. Is higher than we budgeted for by 146. Mostly there's like 86,000 was prior year. So we never know what we're gonna take in for prior year, so that's not budgeted. And building permit revenues were phenomenal last year. Mainly due to there's some big additions and new houses, a lot of new houses, so there's been some really quite a few big, building permits. And the investment income, so we finished, consolidating all the bank accounts, moved all over to Centerville, and by going to Centerville, we don't have to do the, compensating balance anymore. So that means we don't have to keep $1 million at the Citizens for them to invest. We can take that money ourselves and invest. So the investment income is up this year. Next year, it's going to be impacted by the Forge Bridge. We won't have the excess money to invest because we're going to have to use some of that to offset the reimbursement, the timing of the reimbursement. And if the interest rates go down.
Which they're going to.
Right. We've been expecting them to go down, so our projection was a little less this year, but they didn't actually go down like we expected it. Expenditures, came in under budget. Most of the, two big reasons why our workers' comp premium was a lot less than we expected, we budgeted for. It will not be that case for this next budget year. I've already gotten a bill.
Did it
And
stay flat or did it go up again?
it went up. We had one,
We had a claim.
workers' comp claim, and that tends to
Skew things.
be very costly, yeah. That, the fuel was, under, so we made changes to this next budget year to account for that, which I will, and the registrar of voters, we were under for that, but they had given us a $10,000 grant for 24-25 to cover salaries for the early voting. We will not get that grant going forward, so that, any money, extra money we have to pay for early voting is gonna have to come out budget-wise now.
Mhm.
Clear Valve, I'm still working on that. I haven't really advanced too far. I can start working on finishing up that. The van driver, we're working on interviewing the van driver. Got a few new hires for the fire department so they can start working weekends. There was a number of them that couldn't work before, but now that we have weekend openings, they have a few extra people they've gotten in. Apex, you were asking about Apex, Skip. We're working on upgrading the firewall. It's at almost end of life. So by spring, it's gonna be on its end of life. We've already paid for the 1 year, this year and at the end of, in May. So we won't upgrade until next spring because we still have the 1 year left on that warranty.
Yep.
So with next spring, that'll be upgraded. That's what the, capital project budget was for computers. And then we're looking at, the server room, if we have to add,
Environmental controls.
yeah, to figure
Yep.
that out, so tiny, so we gotta figure that out. So. And Andrew's working on upgrading everything to Windows 11, because what is it, what's the time frame?
October, Windows 10 goes end of life.
Andrew started that today, so.
Okay.
I don't have, Tony gave you, it should be in your packet,
It is.
he should have the total amount for investment.
With the finance director and treasurer's report. Gordon's not here today, so if anyone has any questions on that. Ask him. Old business ARPA fund,
I can say the ARPA funds,
radio,
the radios were finally installed for the firehouse, so that is just the only two things left is the school and the town for the radios, and then we're done with.
Was this, I forget, are we piggybacking off the state system?
yeah,
Or so we didn't put up the tower?
no.
Okay, got it.
The TRIP grant and the community connectivity grant, we've been talking to, the engineers on that about the sidewalk, that goes over to the bridge part, is what we've been working on, so I don't know where we good with that.
We've got the final plan,
Oh, they did.
we did get the final plan,
Yeah.
so they've been approved by the state, and the next step will be going up this.
Okay. And the water study, we are, they did the test well up here. For the Main Street, and we are working with a property, at least one property owner right now, to get permission to do a test drill for the beach pond one. That's where we are with that right now. New business, renaming of the superintendent's building for the meeting room, so. I was hoping that someone, Kate or someone from the board of ed would be here for this.
What are we talking about, the White House, renaming
The White House, the Board of Ed, talked at one of their meetings about, I guess a motion was made to name either the White House or the, Board of Ed meeting room after Adam Burrows.
Correct.
And they wanted to know if the town had any, of the Board of Selectmen, or if there's any procedure or anything, and we don't have any procedure or anything, so.
Kind of hard to change the name of that building from the White House.
So,
No, but we can issue a proclamation.
yeah, so I don't,
named as such.
yeah, so I don't know, they just wanted guidance on that, so. We could do a proclamation to name it if they wanted to, or they could name the meeting, they could name the building or the meeting room. The only thing it would affect would be like the address of it, if it even affects that, like, I don't know if it'll really affect anything, so. I'm under the impression for me that if the Board of Ed wants to do that, then I'm fine with it, 'cause
We can tell them to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
They can issue a
they can
proclamation
do
doing so,
things, yeah.
because we don't own the White House.
it's a school, a school thing, so, I mean, I don't know. It's not like it's gonna, they're not gonna get from
Or
jail
that.
or anything.
Go forth.
But I wanted
As such.
to talk to you guys about before I do that, that's my opinion.
I see no issue with the Board of Ed issuing a proclamation, or however they want to do it, to maybe the building or the meeting room.
Yeah.
They can,
But I don't see how it changes anything on the town side. Like, we don't call it anything, or.
Oh, wait.
exactly. We call it weapon.
Some call it the White House, some call it the superintendent's building, some call it the Board of Ed building, so it doesn't really have a name, so.
Does it have an address? Does it have its own address?
Nah.
No.
No.
Okay, so
Have at it.
go forth.
Alright, so I'll just let her know that they can name whatever they want, and we're fine with it.
Mhm.
Okay. Alright. Public Safety Committee. So this was a couple of, well, part of our budget process when we were talking about the fire department and the paid staff and the EMT and what I've been talking to the past, when Jody was the fire chief, about what's our future of the town for our EMT and our fire. And he recommended that we put together a town committee to look into the options and all of that. And then he goes, well, we also should add the traffic to that. And I'm like, well, we can't add the traffic to the group on fire and EMT, like, so it just kept, and I was like, that's a good idea, because we do need something for like that. So I looked into other towns, and other towns have public safety committees. And
So the French Revolution. But
so
that ended.
the paper that I gave you is a compilation of what I saw other towns had on their public safety committee, and so I drafted up. Oh, I need my copy up. So the Public Safety Committee, the role of the Public Safety Committee is to improve the safety, well-being, and quality of life for the citizens of Voluntown by examining and reporting on public safety practices, methods, and programs. Public safety as defined for this committee includes fire, EMT, police services, public and state roadway safety, and emergency management. Public Safety Committee reports and makes recommendations to the Board of Selectmen for consideration and adoption. This is the standing committee. So the difference between like this committee and our other committees is a standing committee is like a committee that just stays, is always
It's permanent.
there. It's permanent. It's
Yeah.
not until the task is done. It's always.
Like the oil tank committee. They're not.
The school building committee.
School building committee, sorry.
Done. That's not
Yes.
the committee. No,
Yes,
that's like the school building committee, that's a standing.
That's a
so-
standing committee,
I think it is,
school building.
The building committee?
yeah, they
For
review the
additions?
building. They like review the building and bring up like recommendations for like where the building needs to be repaired,
Oh.
like the school building.
Okay, sorry, I know we're going on a tangent. Do they report to the Board of Ed with their recommendation, and the Board of Ed comes to
Well-
us? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
7 more meetings, who cares?
Public Safety Committee reports other responsibilities of the committee include, but are not limited to, discussing public safety concerns, evaluating threats and challenges, and devising strategies to address public safety issues and make recommendations to the Board of Selectmen. Reviewing all ordinances related to public safety and submit recommendations to the Board of Selectmen. Review municipal budgeting for public safety and submit recommendations to the Board of Selectmen. Requesting and reviewing reports on the state of public safety from the state police, Troop E, and the fire chief. Submitting recommendations to the Board of Selectmen on the use of the opioid fund. All grant applications regarding public safety shall be within the jurisdiction of the committee. The committee shall make sure that the emergency management plan, the first responder basic ambulance service agreement, the local emergency services, that's typo plan, performance measures are reviewed, updated, and submitted on time. So it's just another, it's just a consistent oversight on things that are kind of filling gaps of things. Like they can, if we wanted, they can do like any ordinance that people or that comes up that has to do with public safety, they can help be on a group to work on that. Any grant that we get that has to do with public safety, instead of creating the X grant committee, it can go to them to be a part of. It can be, anytime anything comes up, I think that it's a good group to have. There are a lot of emergency management plans and plans that are supposed to be updated every X number of years that we're always late on because
We
like,
find out after they're overdue.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it would be good to have, more oversight on those. So like when the ambulance service agreement is supposed to come up every 3 to 5 years or something, it kind of, yeah. So, and they would be able to review it and see like where it needs, if it does need updating, because it's like oversight for the best interest of the town. So,
Would we also have them represent on the multi-town effort for, what was it, the disaster preparedness plan?
yeah, probably stuff like that too.
Yeah,
So
where we were
would-
designating what, Killen, the Heights Road, one designated
Yeah.
center, things like that,
Plainfield.
Plainfield.
So, yeah, they can help with stuff like plans like that and anything that like the state keeps coming up with all these more things that we have to do. And this could be a group that could they make sure we included everything that we might forget. So, and of course, they're gonna be working on, figuring out like the fire EMT options and costs and all that too. So I did have people that are willing to be on it. I have, Rob Rubel. He has, experience with the Voluntown Fire Department, the Voluntown Community Ambulance, a career firefighter, and with the United Nuclear Corps. And with finance and recruiting efforts for that too. So he has a good background experience. I have Joe Miller. He is a retired state trooper of 22 years. 17 of those years were at Troop E, and he was on the board of ed before. So I have
And he is a consistent attendee of our meetings, town meetings, so.
Doug Hodge, Hoge, Floral Drive. He was a volunteer firefighter EMT and president for the Gales Ferry Volunteer Fire Company for over 20 years. And he was the assistant to the emergency management director for the town of Ledyard for over 20 years. And he's worked for American Ambulance, Hunter's Ambulance, MPEMS, and Millstone Fire. So he's got a lot of experience too. I was really impressed with everyone's experience.
This is sounding like, this is going to be the best staffed committee of any committee that we have based on experience. And last but not least.
Wallace. He is police officer for the city of Norwich for 27 years. Retired as a lieutenant, assistant traffic authority for the chief of police, and has qualifications through the Connecticut Transportation Institute at Utah. So we have road people, we have.
So public is defined for the comment for the committee includes fire, EMT, police services, public and state roadway safety and emergency management. Check, 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 and check.
Yeah, and these are all volunteers, so I was very impressed with. So, I have, what I said, Willem Wallace, Doug Hogue, Joe Miller, Rob Rubel, that's 4. I wanted to be on it. And
Excuse me, what are your qualifications?
I've done road study, traffic.
certified flyer.
study.
That's right.
And I'm a flagger. I'm on the road side and the road safety, and I know how to do all.
And the emergency management for the past 8 years, yes.
And Jody, I would like to be on it too. He's not the fire chief anymore. But he's emergency management director, and it's important that he's on it too. So.
So I would put 6.
Yeah.
Do we want to make it 7 so that it's an odd number?
Well, the
And
other
then so we
person I
can-
had, the new fire chief,
In the old page.
yeah, I think it would be good to have the fire chief on too.
You'd have to ask him, I think he's probably got his hands full.
We have him too. I think he'd be fine on it. He would,
But you could ask the deputy chief or the lieutenant if he doesn't have time.
yeah. Okay.
But
Well,
an active member
Judge
of
would be the deputy.
fire leadership. Yeah,
That would be
7.
7.
Good.
We just have to approve it and.
So
bless
moved.
it and-
Second, the motion to create the public safety committee with the 7 named individuals.
Any more discussion?
No,
No.
We need
put them in,
it.
they're not here. Need it.
They are hereby appointed.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Well, let us
And that's how
know,
democracy works.
and
You get drafted.
we will, schedule a meeting on that and. And then we have the LOIP request.
Okay.
So, we have the LOIP request for chip sealing, like a turnpike from 138 junction, to the junction of Wiley School. The funds will be used to hire New England Asphalt and Allstate. They have a state bid. They're a state bid company. The chip seal, just like a turnpike. And the total cost of the LOIP funds is $65,845. The actual cost of the project is, more than that, but we're gonna use county road to cover the rest.
When they say, up to Wells School Road, they mean up to the stop sign, or are they gonna go through the intersection to the other side of Wells
It's
School Road?
it's to the stop sign.
So it doesn't cross the intersection.
Well, it depends. I don't know how they did it before. It depends on, has the intersection been redone? Because if the intersection hasn't been redone, then it will go the other side. When they did Wiley School, I don't know if they did Wiley School across the intersection.
I think they did.
Yeah, so they won't, they'll stop at the stop sign. Depends on what they did before.
I live on Wells School, I'd like to see the intersection.
If they did the, Wiley School already, when they did Wiley School, that was only a couple of years ago, so I think that would be fine. And they'll just do it up to the stop sign, but I don't know in my head where it is.
Okay.
So we just have to approve the use of the LOIP money.
So move.
Second, to use LoSiP money for, as described for,
Wells School Road, back in the shuffle.
chip sealing.
Any more discussion?
No.
No, all in favor?
Aye.
Any other business?
No?
Suggestion? Adjournment.
Countdown calendar. Move to adjourn.
Second, the motion to adjourn.
Aye.
Aye.